Hello and welcome. You are watching News 9 Live. I'm Krishna Kumar and we are putting the focus on the NEET 2024 controversy, where in the latest, the Supreme Court of India has stepped into the matter. In the latest, the Supreme Court has said that the sanctity of the examination itself has been affected, and it has issued a notice to NTA, or the National Testing Agency, which conducts the NEET exam. It has sought answers from the NTA on the controversy. The Supreme Court will hear the matter next on the 8th of July. It has issued a notice to NTA and has tagged it with the already pending petition. The apex court, however, has refused to ban counselling for the time being. Bear in mind, a complaint was filed by students on the 1st of June. The Supreme Court has already rejected an earlier plea to reconduct the examinations, citing that this would have disastrous effects on the careers of over 23 lakh students who appeared for the NEET examination this year. Let's first listen to some of the reactions coming in from the students, where our correspondent Deepak Barana went out onto the streets of Delhi to get some reactions. Take a look.
सर, मेरी छोटी सी एक दुकान है मोहल्ले में, तो उसी पे
तो बच्चे को पढ़ाया आपने?
हाँ जी,
मतलब सपना होगा।
हाँ जी, होता है सपना। बच्चे की जिद भी होती है कि मैंने ये करना है, तो उसके आगे पेरेंट्स को झुकना पड़ता है। कराते हैं, कैसे भी कराते हैं। सर, मैं फरीदाबाद से हूँ।
फरीदाबाद में? अच्छा। और आपके?
मेरा बेटा 3 साल से तैयारी कर रहा था और अब की बार उसका 620 स्कोर आया। बाकी ये पेपर लीक होने की वजह से 58,000 कुछ रैंक आई है, तो उससे बच्चे को कहीं गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज नहीं मिल पा रहा। और ये खाली इसी वजह से हो रहा है कि अगर ये पेपर लीक जो हुआ है, अगर रीनीट दोबारा से हो जाए ईमानदारी, पर मैं रीनीट चाहता हूँ, जब भी कुछ हो पाएगा, नहीं तो रैंक का आधार अच्छा नहीं आ पाएगा।
पिछले एग्ज़ाम जो पीजी का हुआ था, उसमें ये मामला सामने आया था कि पहली बात तो उन्होंने कट ऑफ नहीं निकाला। कट ऑफ ना निकाल करके सिर्फ पोर्टल में आपको इतना पता चल रहा था कि आपकी सीट एलोकेट हुई है कि नहीं। अब कट ऑफ नहीं निकालेंगे तो पता कैसे चलेगा? उसमें फिर दिक्कत ये हुई, क्यों नहीं निकाला? उसका रीज़न ये था कि जिनके कम नंबर थे, सेम कैटेगरी में उनको एडमिशन मिल गया, उनको सीट मिल जा रही है, और सेम कैटेगरी में जिसके ज़्यादा नंबर थे उनको एडमिशन नहीं मिल रहा।
सर, मैं गाजियाबाद दिल्ली NCR से आया हूँ, हर सालिमा गार्डन से। मेरा नाम हरेंद्र है और मैंने इस साल पेपर दिया था। मेरे 548 मार्क्स बनने हैं, लेकिन रैंक बननी है 1,44,000, जो कि पिछले साल 50 से 55 के बीच में बनी थी। इस साल 3 गुना 2.5 गुना से ऊपर। तो मेरे को ये समझ नहीं आ रहा कि रैंक इन्फ्लेशन कैसे आया। अभी आप कह रहे हो, अभी इनकी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई थी, उसमें सर ने बोला है कि NTA इज़ वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट। तो ट्रांसपेरेंसी कहाँ है? आपने रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर करते हो, 718 719 वाले को हमें पकड़ना पड़ रहा है, 6 बच्चे 720 वाले हैं, उसको हमें पकड़ना पड़ रहा है, ग्रेस मार्क्स का आपको हमें पकड़ना पड़ रहा है। तो आप कर क्या रहे हो?
मैं कन्नौज से आया हूँ, हर्ष दुबे मेरा नाम है, और मैं 4 दिनों से डेली चक्कर लगा रहा हूँ, लेकिन कोई भी इसके ऊपर अभी तक केस नहीं हुआ। मेरी पूरी बॉडी का एक मतलब हड्डी दर्द कर रहा है, मतलब हर पूरी बॉडी पेन कर रही है। मैं आया था कि मतलब अभी तक रीनीट का कोई डिसीजन आएगा। इस बार बहुत कस के धांधली हुई है, बहुत ज़्यादा कस के धांधली हुई है। मतलब रैंक इतना ज़्यादा नहीं बढ़ सकती थी।
सर, मैं इसारा हरियाणा से हूँ। सर, मैंने नीट का पेपर दिया था, तो मेरे 640 मार्क्स आए थे सर, फर्स्ट अटैम्प्ट था। तो सर, यहाँ पे नीट में जो NTA ने अब की बार रैंक दिया है ना, रैंक का पहली बात तो मेरे को क्राइटेरिया समझ में आ रहा कि रैंक देने का क्राइटेरिया एप्लीकेशन नंबर को बना रहे हैं। और चलो एप्लीकेशन नंबर को भी बना रहे हैं, तो उसका एक टाइम होता है कि आपने इतने ही पीरियड में दिया, चलो मान लिया। लेकिन उन्होंने फिर बाद में एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म दोबारा रीओपन क्यों करे? तो उन बच्चों की रैंक तो पहले ही पिछड़ गई। अगर उनके मार्क्स आ रहे तो भी उनका सिलेक्शन नहीं हो पाएगा, क्योंकि रैंक इतने पीछे आ रही है।
मैं गुड़गांव से आई हूँ। मेरा नाम सीमा है और मेरी गुड़िया ने अटैम्प्ट दिया था सेकंड। फर्स्ट अटैम्प्ट में वो कुछ नंबर से रह गई थी। इस बार उसकी गवर्नमेंट सीट आ रही थी, 621 मार्क्स था उसका। हम खुश भी थे। जिस दिन वो एग्ज़ाम दे के आई थी, उसने बता दिया था कि मैं गवर्नमेंट सीट ला रही। उसने अपने टीचर से बात की, उसने कोटा पढ़ाई की थी लास्ट ईयर। जब रिजल्ट आया तो हमने देखा 620 मार्क्स था, हम खुश थे। लेकिन जब हमने देखा कि उसकी रैंक है 58,000, लास्ट ईयर यही रैंक 600 नंबर पे 27,000 थी। इस बार यही रैंक 600 नंबर पे 80,000 पहुँची है। कैसे?
आप मैम, आपके परिवार का व्यवसाय क्या है?
हमारा एक मीडियम फैमिली है। मैं सिलाई का काम करती हूँ, मेरे हस्बैंड की एक छोटी सी प्राइवेट जॉब है। हम यही सपना लेके चले थे कि हमारे बच्चे भी डॉक्टर बनेगी। हमारी गुड़िया का 6th क्लास से ये सपना था।
As you can see, there is palpable anger, there is dissatisfaction, there is desperation even among the people that have come here. We've seen young children, we've seen their families, mothers, fathers, who have come here in the hope that some solution will be taken out, some reprieve be given to these students. If not, India risks losing a large chunk of its youth. to desperation and hopelessness.
Right. Now, the matter was taken to the Supreme Court today by Alak Pandey, CEO of Physics Wala, the EdTech unicorn. He was represented by Advocate J. Sai Deepak. Let's listen to what they had to say.
रिजल्ट के पहले ही यहाँ पे मुद्दा पीआईएल था, वो भी नीट के रिजल्ट के पहले का एक पीआईएल यहाँ पे था 1 जून का, और उसके अंदर कोर्ट ने बोला है कि सैंक्टिटी ऑफ द एग्जाम इज कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड, और उसके अंदर उन्होंने ये बोला है। तो पर ये जो मुद्दा 1 जून का था, ये सिर्फ पेपर लीक का था, क्योंकि रिजल्ट आए नहीं थे, तो इसके अंदर ग्रेस मार्क्स की बात नहीं हुई इस मुद्दे के अंदर। 1 जून को कुछ बच्चों ने ये जो पीआईएल कर रखी है, ये अराउंड थी पेपर लीक के, बच्चों ने की है, राइट सर। तो पेपर लीक की थी, तो उस पर जो अंदर बोला गया, कोर्ट नंबर 12 में केस था, तो वहाँ पे बोला गया कि सैंक्टिटी ऑफ एग्जाम इज कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड, कि एग्जाम की जो पूजनीय स्थिति है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं कुछ इश्यूज हो सकते हैं, और एनटीए से इसके लिए एक ऑफिशियल जवाब मांगा है और बोला है कि 8 जुलाई को आगे इसको देखेंगे। हमारा जो इश्यू है वो कल लिस्ट होगा, मेंशनिंग के लिए आज हम लोगों ने किया है, तो कल लिस्ट होगा और देखते हैं। अभी जो करंट है इसके अंदर इसे पेपर लीक का मुद्दा था, ये एग्जाम के रिजल्ट के पहले लिस्ट हो गया था, तो इसलिए अब जाके उस पर आज पहली हियरिंग थी, तो 1 जून को ही आ गया था, जबकि रिजल्ट आपके 5 तारीख को आए हैं, तो ये पहले से 4 तारीख को आए, तो 1 जून को इसको लिस्ट कर दिया था, इस पर अभी सुनवाई। पर इसमें सिर्फ पेपर लीक की बात हुई है, अभी ग्रेस नंबर की कोई बात नहीं है। हमने जो पीआईएल फाइल की है उसमें हमने ग्रेस नंबर की बात की है, पेपर लीक की, दोनों चीजों की बात की है। तो खैर इसी मुद्दे पे अभी ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट को लगता है सैंक्टिटी ऑफ द एग्जाम इज कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड एंड दे हैव आस्क्ड एनटीए टू रिप्लाई। हमारा जो पिटीशन लगा है उसकी मोस्ट प्रोबेबली कल लिस्टिंग होगी। हमने एग्जाम रिजल्ट के बाद पिटीशन लगाया था, आज जिस पे बात हुई है वो पिटीशन पहले से लगा हुआ था, वो एग्जाम रिजल्ट से पहले 1 जून से लगा हुआ था, तो उस पे आज हियरिंग हुई है। हमने एग्जाम रिजल्ट के बाद किया है। ये जो आज मुद्दा जो लिस्ट हुआ है जिस पे आज बात हुई है वो एग्जाम रिजल्ट का पहले का है, उसमें सिर्फ पेपर लीक की बात हुई थी, क्योंकि पेपर लीक तो सबको पहले से पता था हुआ एग्जाम रिजल्ट के। एग्जाम रिजल्ट आया तो पता चला और भी प्रॉब्लम है कि ग्रेस नंबर दिया है, डिस्क्रिपेंसीज हैं, ट्रांसपेरेंसी की प्रॉब्लम है, वो मुद्दा जो है वो हम कल लिस्ट होगा हमारा।
देखिए, मल्टीपल पिटिशंस कोर्ट के सामने लिस्ट हुए हैं। सम ऑफ द पिटिशंस वर फाइल्ड बिफोर द डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ रिजल्ट्स ऑन द बेसिस दैट देयर हैज बीन अ लीक ऑफ द पेपर इटसेल्फ, तो उसके बेसिस पे कुछ पिटिशंस लिस्ट हुए थे। जो आज लिस्ट हुए थे उन पे नोटिस इशू हो गए हैं, but our petition is slightly different. I represent, along with Mr. Rohit Jain, we represent Mr. Alak Pandey, and who has collected signatures from about 20,000 students, which clearly shows, मतलब students को clearly समझ में आ रहा है और उनको जवाब भी मिला है, that close to about 70 to 80 marks have been awarded in grace marks randomly to at least 1,500 students. So our petition is different from the other petitions, where we are challenging the arbitrary award of grace marks to people. अगर किसी को 650 मिला है या 630 मिला है, उनको 720 भी मिल गया है, दे बिकम ऑल इंडिया रैंक नंबर 1, ऐसे भी हो चुका है। सो व्हाट वी हैव टोल्ड द कोर्ट दैट देयर इज अ वेरी क्लियर इशू हियर। द थिंग इज, सिंस द मैटर वाज नॉट लिस्टेड बिफोर द कोर्ट टुडे, द कोर्ट इज ओनली सेड आप रजिस्ट्री में मेंशन करके इसको लिस्ट करा दीजिए। सो आई थिंक बाय टुमारो द मैटर शुड बी लिस्टेड। हमारे मैटर्स के पहले जो मैटर्स लिस्ट हुए थे उसमें ऑलरेडी नोटिस इशू हो चुका है, सो द कोर्ट इज इंडिकेटेड that our matter will also be taken up with the other matters and उसमें भी notice issue हो जाना चाहिए, but the court is clear that it will not stay the counselling process at this stage, so that is what the court has said. Let's see what happens. कल हमारा matter list हो जाना चाहिए।
Right, and now joining us on this broadcast is Mr. Kapil Gupta, co-founder and CEO of NEET Prep, and we also have Anubha Srivastava Sahai, advocate, educationalist and president of India-wide Parent Association. I'm going to begin by asking Anubha Srivastava Sahai, look at where matters have reached. It has reached the Supreme Court of India. There was a petition filed by students already on the 1st of June. Now you have the physics wala, the EdTech unicorn, filing another petition about this entire grace marks issue. The question here is that the Supreme Court of India has refused to stay the counselling process. Do you think that at this stage, ideally, the counselling should be put on hold?
Yeah, thank you for having me on this show, and I think the Honorable Supreme Court should have stayed the counselling. And even prior to this also, I think in the month of May, some students approached Honorable Supreme Court for granting stay in declaration of results. For that also, Honorable Supreme Court has not given any kind of relief. And neither they have directed the investigating officers and agencies to expedite the investigation, which is going on since May 5th. So I think Honorable Supreme Court is not taking this matter very seriously, and they have almost diluted this matter because it's a very serious matter, and these things are happening, repeating every year Every year students are struggling with all these scams, which is happening in NEET exam, JEE exam. Recently, Honorable Supreme Court has cancelled the AOR exam because of some technical glitch. But the same Honorable Supreme Court has not stayed JEE exam because of technical glitch. So I don't know what kind of decisions these courts are taking these days. I'm really not happy and satisfied with the way the things are moving ahead. So it's okay, even if they have not stayed the counseling, neither they have given any direction to expedite the investigation which is going on since past 1 month. What is the investigating agencies doing? Why government is also not intervening in this matter? Why Home Ministry is not doing anything? They could have directed all the authorities who are involved in this, who are doing all the investigation, to expedite the investigation in the interest of lakhs and lakhs of students. Future of 24 lakh students is at stake.
Right.
Because of the blunder being committed by NTA.
Future of nearly 24 lakh students at stake. We also have Kapil Gupta, co-founder and CEO of NEET Prep. Kapil Gupta, this is an unprecedented situation as far as NEET is concerned. You know, I'm going to ask you the same question. With the way things have panned out so far, you have a case that was a petition that was filed by students, and then you have a new petition being filed for regarding the entire grace marks issue by Physics Wala. Do you think it is time that action is taken? Apart from sending notice to the NTA, do you think that the counselling process should be put on hold?
I hope that by not putting counselling process on hold, that doesn't mean that this matter is over. There is a serious doubt on the credibility of the exam. People do not believe that no hanky-panky happened. That is why there is a lot of anger amongst the students, and that anger is not exactly misplaced. If on rank 1 there are 67 aspirants, what did the testing agency actually do? The testing agency's mandate was to provide 60,000 top aspirants out of 24 lakh people who appeared for the exam, because there are only 60,000 government medical seats in India. And they have failed miserably. On every rank, there are 1,000, 1,500 aspirants, and for every college allotment, it would literally happen on the basis of your roll number being less or some kind of a lottery system. So that way, it is an extraordinary tragedy which has unfolded. Students believe that there is mass level leak that has happened, and that has led to this rank inflation. And they feel that no one is hearing them. The communication which has come from NTA till now, I was hearing the students in the beginning of the show, everything that they said is a problem. They said NTA claims they are transparent, but every time students have pointed out, how come someone got 718, 719? What is this method? And every time NTA has just been responding rather than coming clean upfront and saying these things we have done. Now tell us if you still have some problem. They have been very condescending, if you will, till now.
Anuba, I'm going to bring this back to you. Look at those scenes of protests. You have banners that say all eyes on NTA, and that's the way things have been. From the beginning, the response from NTA has not been transparent, has not been satisfactory, and then you had the chairman of the governing council of NTA being appointed to head the investigation into the controversy surrounding NEET 2024. You know, nothing has gone right from NTA's side, and so far, right now, you have the Supreme Court of India who sent a notice to NTA and demanding answers. But are we losing precious time in this entire process?
Yes, definitely we are losing time in this entire process. And from May onwards, right from 5th May onwards, students are protesting. They are approaching all the authorities, right from NTA to Education Ministry, and all the ministers they have approached, Health Ministry, and but nothing has been done. Then they approach Honorable Supreme Court, and Supreme Court also could not grant any relief in the month of May to all these NEET aspirants. They could have put a stay on the declaration of results till the investigation is done. Maybe they could have directed the investigating agencies to complete the investigation maybe within 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time, and the results could have been declared by the 15th of July or 20th of July. as it is, they are going to declare the results in the month of July, only 2nd or 3rd week of July. So we had sufficient time, almost 1.5 months was there, which was not utilized properly, because of which now students are suffering. And they are going to suffer more due to the counseling, because we have limited number of seats, around 60,000 seats only for these students, and 50% is reserves, around 60% is reserve seats. So only 40% seats is for general category, 60% is for other category, and EWS from general category students. So these students are going to suffer a lot, especially lower middle class and poor students who are struggling, who are working hard since past 2-3 years. They are going to lose. The hard-working students are going to lose this opportunity, because every year they cannot spend so much money on coaching and all the things. It is not easy to crack these exams without taking guidance and without taking proper coaching. It's a difficult exam. NCERT syllabus is there. State board students find it very difficult. There are several challenges, and now because of the new rule which the NTA has come up after the declaration of result, that it's now, if you're lucky, then only your rank will be like if you have filled the form prior. Suppose there are 2 students, A has filled the form on a day prior to B, then A, both if the numbers are same, then A's rank will be higher than the B's rank. So that is also a discrimination which the students are opposing and protesting. I don't know where is our education system heading.
Right. I'm going to bring this back to Kapil Gupta, co-founder and CEO of NEET Prep. What is this fastest finger first? Somebody who fills the form first gets to be ranked higher, in a tiebreaker of a situation. There are many things that are fundamentally wrong with the way NEET has been conducted, not just this year, but over the past few years, except that this time around, there have been such glaring flaws right from the beginning, right from the suspicions of a paper leak, which is again not for the first time. And now you have students asking for re-NEET as well. They're saying that reconduct the examination altogether.
No, absolutely. This whole point about application number being lower being the criteria to decide who gets a higher rank. Just imagine, you score 720 out of 720 and you still do not get to go into AIMS Delhi, which is the #1 college in the country. Why? Because your roll number or you fill your application form later. I don't know whether that is how it works, or the allotment happens on some other criteria. But clearly, the issue is this. I had a father and a son come to my office yesterday. The kid is scoring 663. Based on that, he should have gotten a government medical college in Delhi from state counseling. He's not going to get it now. And he's going to get a college he doesn't, which was not his first preference. So at some point of time in the conversation, father asked his son to go out and he said, Kapil sir, I want to talk to you. And you know what he said? He pulled out his report card, grade 2 report card. On the back of it, it was written, what do you want to become in future? That was what was asked from the kid. Kid had written, I want to become a doctor. And the father was about to cry. This is what we are doing. These exams are not trivial exams. NTA cannot say that it was the same for everyone. You have to conduct the exam fairly, in a credible manner, and the quality of paper has to be good. NTA has been lacking on all of these criteria. If the cutoff goes so high, part of the responsibility lies with NTA. Something definitely went wrong. And NTA's motto is excellence in assessment. There has been no excellence in this assessment. Frankly, just based on that roll number criteria, this exam should be cancelled. If not for anything else. And definitely something doesn't smell right. From a single center, if you have 6 people at 720 marks, something is terribly wrong. And it doesn't, the credibility, that credibility thing is so important. If kids start thinking that this exam, it is not enough to be good in your subject, something else also needs to be there, people will stop giving this exam over a period of time.
Credibility, using the word credibility, the Supreme Court of India has used the word sanctity. Anubha Srivastav Sahai, that is a telling observation, isn't it? That the sanctity of the NEET exam has been compromised.
Yes, actually, Honorable Supreme Court has also observed, and I really appreciate that at least they have directed the NTA to now come up with all the answers which they have asked. How this exam happened this way? How come the leak happened and other issues which are there? Impersonation was there, and cheating also happened in some of the centers in Gujarat. Police is still investigating. So at least that relief Honorable Supreme Court has granted, but I don't know whether it is going to help the students for this particular year or not. But yes, down the line, maybe next year onwards, I think everything will be streamlined if Honorable Supreme Court will take strict action against these examination conducting bodies.
Right, but the problem is that the NTA, the National Testing Agency, right from the moment questions were asked of it, even before the Supreme Court could step into the matter, has been, not close by enough to assuage the fears and the concerns of nearly 24 lakh aspirants. And we're talking about 24 lakh aspiring doctors in this country. And that entire, chairman of the Governing Council of NTA being appointed to look into the matter, that was also telling. Do you think it's time that some heads roll at the National Testing Agency?
Yes, we have also, we have been demanding CBI inquiry. All of the students and teachers and even student unions are demanding. Many politicians and political parties are also demanding CBI inquiry. I don't know why that is not happening, why government is not taking cognizance of this particular issue. It's a very serious matter, and we are building our future doctors, and I don't know how the doctors, Jhola Chowk doctors we will be getting after a few years. We don't want that. And in other countries also, in internationally, our students will be going to other countries. Definitely, there will be question mark if they will say we have qualified NEET, and now because of all these things which has happened, definitely other universities may not take admission, may not admit our students from India. The government should take this matter very seriously, because when the leak has happened, arrests have been made. There is no transparency in the exam being conducted since past 2-3 years. Now this year, students have come out and they have even filed cases. Several students have filed cases from Andhra Pradesh also. Some students I got to know they have filed cases. In different high courts also, students have filed cases. So it means there are not only, it's only about the leak thing. There are other issues also which the students are facing.
It's not just about one issue, it's multiple issues. And we are asking that question over here on News 9 Live, NEET 2024, should counselling be halted? Take a look at the results of the poll that we're conducting online. 66% saying yes, counselling should be halted. 34% saying no. An overwhelming majority over there asking for counselling to be halted. I'm going to bring this back to Kapil Gupta. You'd speak to the students and their parents on the streets, which we have been doing here. Literally everybody over there, that's not 66%. Those protesting on the streets, 100% of them, all of them want counselling to be halted, and also a majority of those protesting are asking for re-NEET, a re-exam. Is that the way to go at this stage? Should because the next hearing on the case is meant for 8th of July in the Supreme Court of India. Is that too much time that's being wasted by the time the case is heard again at the top court?
No, I mean, time might have been wasted. Probably Supreme Court will not decide on 8th July also. They will require another hearing. But at the end of the day, something needs to happen about what has happened. These aspirants have a genuine grievance. The executive or the judiciary need to provide a resolution, a credible resolution to it. Moving forward for next year's aspirants, it is important that substantial structural changes are done. We have had a foreign coach in India despite the fact that India produces best cricketers. Is it time that we involve foreign agencies to conduct the exams, because our folks probably don't seem to get it right? NTA collects for NEET exam close to 350 crores in application money. That money is enough to engage the best agencies in the world, probably conduct the exam twice a year, probably do it online, probably decentralize it. Don't do it in one go, one sitting, 3 hours, 20 minutes. For 24 lakh aspirant, conduct it at Maharashtra level and Karnataka level and Gujarat level. If you can't handle such a big crowd, significant structural changes need to happen. But for those aspirants who are struggling right now, either there is a credible explanation for what has happened. It has not come till now. It has been 7 days since the exam has happened. If no credible explanation exists for what has happened, then and there is clear evidence that there is mass leakage, then there is no option but to conduct the exam again. And I don't think counseling happening or not happening changes that. Counseling can happen, people can get colleges allotted, and exams can still be cancelled and re-NEET conducted again. It will delay the academic session, that's okay, but exams credibility should be restored.
Right. The credibility and more importantly sanctity needs to be restored. Kapil Gupta, co-founder and CEO of NEET Prep, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on News 9 Live. And of course, Anubha Srivastava Sahai, advocate, educationalist and president, India-wide Parent Association. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us. And with that, we've completely run out of time here on this discussion. Thank you so much for watching. It's time for a short breather. We'll be back with lots more on the other side.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए।